Hello and thanks for watching today's video. Today we're going to make a sourdough in a loaf tin. It's a little easier to slice and turn into sandwiches, and sometimes it's just nice to have a sourdough loaf that's in this shape. Super easy to make, and I'm going to go through step by step and make it simple. I'd really appreciate it if you've given me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and let me know how your sourdough journey is going. So as always, we're going to start by feeding our starter at nighttime. And I like to prepare my dry ingredients ahead of time sometimes, so that's your choice, but it just makes it easier for me in the morning. So basically, once we get going, we're going to take our 10 grams of salt, our 100 grams of our active fed starter that we got going the night before, 350 grams of warm water, stir it up, and then we're going to go ahead and add in 400 grams of white flour and 100 grams of whole wheat flour. Mix that all up to a shaggy consistency. We're just trying to get the flour absorbed. And then we're going to go ahead and set that aside for 20 minutes to start absorbing the moisture into the flour. Okay, so after our 20 minutes, we're going to do our first stretch and fold. And I always wet my fingers at this point, and we're just going to kind of grab the edges and pull it up and fold it over and just rotate it around slightly. We're just trying to develop some structure in the dough at this point, and you will see as we do this that the consistency changes very quickly. It starts becoming much smoother and holding together more and developing a little bit of strength almost right away. You can see even now that it's holding together much more. So this is our very first stretch and fold. I'm not going to really be doing big stretch and folds here just because it could tear. It doesn't really have a tremendous amount of strength in the dough yet. So we'll just kind of keep this one pretty basic here. And then go ahead and cover it and wait 30 minutes. So we're going to do a stretch and fold now every 30 minutes for the next 3 hours. So pull, stretch, pull, fold it down, just every 30 minutes, just give it a good stretch and fold. And this will develop some gluten strength and some structure in the dough. And it's very important that you do this every 30 minutes for 3 hours. So that's going to be 6 stretch and folds. And you can also do what I'm doing here, which is called a slap and fold. But we just want to do this, quite a few times. As we're getting closer to the end of our 3 hours, we want to be a little bit more gentle because we're not trying to deflate the dough. And so you can see right there that it's already getting a nice shine on it. On our final stretch and fold, I'm going to go ahead and shape it in this bowl and put it into my lined baking bread tin, loaf tin. And then I'm just going to go ahead and you can butter a tin if you don't want to use parchment paper, but I do. Cover it with a shower cap or something and put it into a proofing oven. So here we are. It's been proofing now for about 5 hours, and you can see how it's risen. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle just a little flour on the surface of it and kind of spread that out with my fingers. And then I'm going to put an expansion score on the top. Now it is a little harder. You can see there's a pretty large bubble formed on the back side there. You can burst that if you like. It is definitely harder to score the bread when it is soft like this. When you put it in the fridge overnight, it definitely changes the texture and makes it much easier to cut. But any score that you can do is just fine. This will definitely open up. So there we are. We're now ready to bake. We've preheated the oven to 450 degrees. and we're putting it in. Now I like to put it in covered for the first 20 minutes, so I've put it into this very large Dutch oven that I have, and that will hold steam inside and kind of prevent it from crusting over, and it will rise a little better. And after 20 minutes, we'll take the cover off and finish it off for another 20 minutes baking at the 450 degrees. Here we are at the end of our 40 minutes of baking. It's absolutely beautiful. So we're going to take it out, and we want to make sure, just beware, it's super hot right now, but we want to get it out of that parchment paper and put it on a cooling rack and let it start cooling. So here we are, it's a finished loaf, and we're going to go ahead and let it cool down and slice, and it's absolutely beautiful texture. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you give this loaf a try, and subscribe so you can see the next video.